The single thing which annoys me most about working with media owners is people who pester. There's a media owner who we work with a lot who paid for a call screening service on their phones, on their outbound phone calls, which I think a lot of media owners do, so that we won't know who's calling. And their license with the service expired, and so we could see that it was them calling us, and their pickup rates of phone calls dropped by 60% in 2 weeks because they were calling so repeatedly. They were calling 10, 15, even 20 times a day, and that puts people off instantly.
When you get a presentation that's clearly been ripped off for another client, or that's just sent over with all the wrong labels on it and logos, and it's just like lazy planning. And the worst media owner that I had come to meet me for a meeting, we won't name names, we'll call them Picket Media, came with an armful of bus tickets and dropped them on the table and just said, oh, this is what we do, so tell me about your clients. So they'd done no research about my clients, they didn't want to talk to me about anything they'd seen recently. It was just like, you tell me what I want to know and here's what we do, which was just, I was obviously not going to feel inspired to work with them after that.
I think updates for updates, just for the sake of it. Long and lengthy presentations that actually a catch-up would be really nice in a discussion, but coming in with a presentation that isn't relevant or tailored or have anything new in it is probably one of the most frustrating things.
I think when probably what annoys them most about us as well is when we don't give each other enough time to genuinely explore the opportunity. Often we put them in a position where they have to respond very quickly, and therefore you feel like you just get a stock response with a new brand on it. So I think it's a bit of both really, which is if we give media owners enough time, if we do genuinely open up and invite them into the planning process, then it's actually making sure that we do arrive at something different and original.
The biggest thing that annoys me is when media owners just want. They don't offer any kind of value exchange. I think that's, for me, the really important thing is there has to be a value exchange. You can't just say, what's your strategy, what's your client's objectives, when's your next campaign coming, if you're not offering anything in return. So that for me is the biggest kind of bugbear.
I think the single thing that is the most annoying thing that media owner can do is go and talk to your clients behind your back. And I have no issues at all without, I think it should be a three-way relationship. I think the best examples where it is a three-way relationship. I think there have been examples in the past, which are increasingly less prevalent, where a media owner may feel the best way of getting that short-term gain is to go and speak to your client directly and cut out the agency. I think that's a short-term approach rather than a long-term.
I would say complacency. Quite often in the past, and less so now, I think, as the market has become more challenging, there are more and more competitors out there from every angle, and you see less of it now. But complacency is something that comes in the form quite often of a standard response. It displays a lack of understanding of the client's business and your needs and ambitions.